Aqua gang, gang, gang. Look how little that flame is, you guys. I'll get to that in a minute. What it do? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message for my Aquarian gang, my Aquarian soul family. I hope you guys are doing super fantastic. This is a career, abundance, and financial reading, okay? It's been a while. I know y'all like, girl, 2 days in a row? What's up? What's up? Yeah, guys, I don't choose when the readings come to me. They come when they feel like it, okay? I keep telling y'all I don't run this shit, so I'm back, okay? And we're ready to get into some things. I feel like this is a much needed message. Everybody is not into, some people come for the love reading specifically because of the conflict and, just trying to rejuvenate or recalibrate energy and when it concerns connections that may have thrown them off caliber, blah, 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 right? And everybody's not into the financial messages, right? It's a little bit of something for everybody on this channel. But what I'm saying is, for those of you who have decided that this is something that you want to hear, it is for a reason. I believe that those who this message is not for will exit stage left because they won't feel guided towards it. But if you're supposed to be here, you will stay. Now, keep in mind, these messages are general, okay? And even certain particular things that come out in a message might not resonate. You keep in mind that tarot is fluid and use your intuition to guide you towards the messages that are here for you. That's how you're going to help yourself and be able to make sound decisions in order to garner the success that you wish to have. Okay. So please click that like button, guys, if you do not mind, as well as the subscribe button. Okay. I appreciate you guys so very much. You guys are my family. Love y'all. Love y'all down. Love y'all down. If you have not already made it official, did I already say that? Click the subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload for this sign, which is quite often. Okay. So you guys, what a pretty action pack pre-shuffle. Okay. I am being guided to use my words very wisely. Okay, and not talk out of hand because I feel, or not just, I never talk out of hand. Everything that I say is purposefully said, but I don't know if there's just like an extra precaution, almost as if your spirit guides, the divine, your ancestors, they are protecting you. They want this message to be relayed with empathy and with care, because I feel like you may have either gone through a difficult time. This doesn't feel like future energy. If I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even pull any of this as future energy. This is past and present energy. Okay. I feel like the percentage is less than 1% in reference to the future. Okay. So this is energy that you are currently sitting in or suppressed from the past. And it's delicate. It's a delicate subject. It is possibly still a bit of a pain point for you. For some of you, this situation that did not quite work out the way that you intended, you look at it, or you looked at it as a major loss, an L. And I feel like it took a toll on your confidence and the beliefs that you have in your gifts. Okay. So let's first go over the cards before I dig in too deep is what they're saying. So first card out, we have the 4th house, but that popped out in the reverse. And I instantly felt like a tinge of disappointment, a tinge of sadness, feeling off kilter. The 4th house is all about foundations, right? What you believe to be authentic to you, the things that you naturally gravitate towards, the things that come naturally to you, that just so happen to also produce and garner you revenue. So I don't know what this thing may have been. For some of you, it might have just been a hobby. This is something that is deep embedded in your roots is what they're saying. So you might not even know that you have the desire to do this thing, this hobby, this gift of yours, this business, this investment, it's a bit of an obsession, or it was. Okay, let me say that. It was a bit of an obsession, meaning you were very passionate about going towards this. You could almost feel the success, right, brewing. You didn't have any idea that things would not pan out the way that you foresaw it. So you feel like you kind of put all your eggs in one basket because you were so optimistic. And I feel like for some of you, that rug was abruptly pulled from up under you. I don't know if maybe you missed out on an investment, or you missed out on an opportunity, or you misread, or somebody sabotaged, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Whatever it is, this is something that you were always meant to do. This is something that is deeply rooted in your roots, okay? From ancestors, from lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes ago. This is something that you no longer do, which makes me sad. I feel like you completely did like a 180. So for some of you, it may have been quite a while. You might have to really dig in your memory to recognize what this is that I'm talking about, because it's so deeply suppressed. I mean, it's an abrupt stop, a blockage. And this is kind of slowing down the momentum towards what you really have coming in here, okay? Enchanted gift. I almost feel there's some sort of a spell, if you will. It seems you feel, your energy feels a little bit, not brainwashed, but possibly possessed, right? Kind of under this guise that doing this thing again, going towards this thing again is too painful. You chased a dream, right? And you were left grieving. This is making me sad, guys. Would love to know what this is. Don't put it in the comments is what they're saying though. This is a secret. I feel like when you pick this back up, which they are guiding you to figure the fuck out what this is. For some of you, you haven't done this since childhood. That's the 4th house, right? Maybe there was a possible tragedy that happened. This is not for everybody. Don't force shit to fit. You may have lost a loved one, and doing this particular thing brings back memories of this loved one. So you stay away from it. You don't like it. You don't want to even touch it. You don't want to think about it. It's not even something that you look towards anymore. It's not a part of your life anymore. Reverse. See? Wow. This gift of yours, this ability of yours, it was a gift. And I feel like it's going wasted because of one setback. Okay. For some of you, it was multiple setbacks that were small, but they just started adding up. And for others of you, it was one huge major setback. Okay. One major loss. Okay. So please place this story how it resonates, you guys. Up at this point, you should at least have an idea that this is the energy that you may have been in not long ago, okay? What do we have here? See, closed door, that's in the reverse. You're needing to open this door back up, you guys, okay? Now, I am hearing the need to say that for some of you, this could be past life unresolved issues, okay? So for some of you, you literally will have to research what this thing is, okay? You may have to go and ask family members if you are close to family members, certain ancestors that you may feel gravitated towards to find out like what their hobbies was and or what they did for work, right? And the things that they were interested in that might have been a little bit different, because I don't feel like this is like, I feel like whatever this is non-traditional. Like if you told people that this is what you did for a living, they will almost be taken aback. You know, it's like a icebreaker. Like, what? You do what for a living? Okay. And for some of you, it's even slightly embarrassing if you don't fully step into your higher self and recognize that your gifts are not an embarrassment just because they don't understand it. What the fuck? Who cares? Right? So 4th house in the reverse. Super sad. Super saddening. We then have in the past energy, that block that I'm talking about. It feels like an abrupt stop because of an injustice, okay? This was something that you thought you would be doing forever. You may have even, for some of you, you may have even seen people who also do the same kind of thing, but on a lesser scale, okay, than you, right? When it comes to skill set, yet they get all the accolades, they're getting all the clients, or they're getting all the recognition, or they're getting the promotions, or they're getting this, they're getting that, and you're not getting your just due, okay? So it could be that as well. Feeling as though you're being overlooked. For some of you, this could be in a corporation, okay? The corporate world is what I'm hearing, right? So you're either trying to catch your footing or get your footing in the corporate world, you know, work your way up. But it's political, right? It's politics as usual. With the Justice card in the reverse, we all know that politics, okay, whether it's in the corporate world or in real life, right? Politics can sometimes make it so that people who don't deserve, okay? Yeah, I said it, deserve the success and abundance from a certain skill, a certain job, a certain doing, because of who they know, or because of the circles that they maneuver in, and because of the connections that they've made in the network, right? It has nothing to do with their talent, yet they are skyrocketing past somebody who is way more talented, you see. So that could kind of add a sense of bitterness, right? Like not bitterness, but like resentment. Like this is bullshit, okay? I've been here for how long? And so why are they getting a promotion, or why did I only get a 10-cent raise, okay? And this bitch over here got $1.50. You know, I mean, put it how it resonates, guys, okay? Because everybody's situation is going to be different. At the core of this energy, this is about feeling as though you're going unrecognized, right? Like your talents, the work that you're doing, it's not being rewarded properly. It's not being valued. So fuck it, I quit. With this 8 of Wands in the reverse, that's no more movement. That's like an abrupt stop. For some of you, this could have been a situation where you were unjustly either laid off or looked over for an opportunity, okay? Whatever it was major for you. No matter how small somebody else says that this situation was, this was a major turning point for you. Okay? We have revealing that came out crossed. So that shows me that the divine is trying to reveal to you the pathway to this gift, to this abundance, okay? To this growth, this expansion. That you still very much so desire, you guys, no matter how much you tell yourself you don't, you see. And it's actually meant for you. It's just been delayed because of this setback. Now, you weren't supposed to close this door just because of this obstacle or this setback or this disappointment, right? It's not a missed opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. I feel like they were setting you up to be in position for a better opportunity, but you still needed to have this door open in order to see it, you see. Okay. Now, we have unimpressed, and that's in the reverse. So I feel like you were very quick to get the moving. Okay. For some of you, that I'm hearing this intuitively. So it's a lot of storylines going on here. Okay. So please just bear with your girl. For some of you, I feel like you may have started something that you were guided to start out of nowhere, something random, something new. And you definitely felt that urge to take it further and to create a business and or to take it more seriously or to try and garner an empire from this thing, right? The energy around it felt good. You felt optimistic about it. It didn't feel too risky. I feel as though because it did not garner momentum as quickly as you would have wanted it to, you took that as a sign that maybe it wasn't for you, or a sign that maybe you're on the wrong path, or a sign that it was not going to happen and that's simply not the case. So you pulled out a little too soon, is what they're saying. Now, all hope is not lost, because we did get the Four of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups upright is about discontentment. It is about missing opportunities. It's about FOMO, right? It's about focusing on the wrong things. Now, I am hearing very heavily now, and I heard it prior to starting with you guys during the meditation, that, and I never have seen this card like this before, which allows me to know that this is a divinely guided message, all right? So take it only if it resonates. Don't force it. I've never really looked at this Three of Cups such as this. I mean, not Three of Cups, Four of Cups. But for me to say the Three of Cups, that's exactly the energy that I'm getting. I feel like this is like the three amigos. So even though there aren't other figures in this card, I'm viewing these three cups as other energies around you, other individuals. There's something about the energy of maybe the friends that you keep, the circle that you keep. And I feel like they are not in a mental space to be on a frequency level in order to recognize when opportunities do arise, if that makes sense. I feel like these are people who are pessimists, or they do think negatively, or they don't mind hearing about your problems. And even if you tell them about good things, they still will try and find a problem. Complainers, I can't quite pinpoint it. These are people who are on a vibrational level where the law of attraction repels, opportunities. And they are gesturing for you to tighten up your circle. That doesn't mean that you have to cut people off, but that does mean that they don't need to have access to all aspects of your life. If these are still going to be your friends, your family members, whoever, associates, co-workers, you just need to hang out with them to have fun. There don't need to be no conversation about your goals, your finances, your dreams, your desires, your hopes of the future. None of that, because their energy doesn't coincide with what you still want. Hello. You can't see it because you're around people who don't believe in that, right? Or you're around people who are not attracting that. You are who you hang with. That's the phrasing that I'm hearing. Birds of a feather, right? So I've never seen the card like that before, but this popped out into the reverse. So I feel like, just like I said, that doesn't mean that you have to cut people off, but you definitely need to categorize your relationships and act accordingly when it comes to how much time you are garnering and calibrating to each person, okay? And just in what aspects of your life are you going to allow them in? Everybody doesn't need an open door to every part of your life. There needs to be a little bit more secrecy, okay? And there's also a need for some of you to start putting yourself back out there and starting to either hang out with or network with and just be around like-minded people. Yeah, I feel like whoever these energies were that showed up in those three cups there, I feel like you've either known them for a long time, you have some form of loyalty to them, they might just be family, like I said. There's something in you that still wants to hang out with them, but they don't need to be your source for advice when it comes to this, okay? So in the conflict position, we do have the Temperance. So I feel like you've gone from one extreme to the next, right? There was all this excitement. There was planning, right? You were taking all the right steps, all the right precautions. You were doing everything correctly, is what they're saying, you guys. But I feel like whatever this injustice was, just threw you off, and it's like the passion for this dream just drained out of you. It's too painful, like, to think about or look at, or maybe scary, right? A bit of fear there in reference to wanting to start this back up or try again. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, and that's in the reverse, right? Look, with the Chariot in the reverse. So you stop this abruptly. The Judgment is in the reverse as well. These are all major arcana, you guys. So I feel like if this is your message, you have felt stagnation. And the stagnation, unfortunately, right? They're like, girl, don't say it mean. This stagnation, unfortunately, you guys, is due to some choices that you made, right? And or some doors that you decided to close forcefully, because they weren't going to close on you. It was just a little hiccup or just a little obstacle, but it didn't feel little. So maybe whatever you were going through in your life when this missed opportunity happened, it was just too much, right? So that's why I said that earlier. I was like, no matter how small it might seem to some people, because you may have had, okay, these people, these friends, these family, whoever these energies are, saying it's not that big of a deal. Like, you know, we don't know what you're all up in arms about. We don't know what the big problem is, right? Like, we don't get it. And they're not going to get it. And they don't need to get it, you guys. Okay? They don't. So let's see. I do feel as though there is something very transformative in your energy altogether. With all of the reversals in these major arcana, okay? Because we got the Justice, hello. And then the Temperance came up right, yes. But all of the other major arcana came up reversed. And I feel like that is a bit of stubbornness, right? Possibly some of that fixed sign energy. Like, yeah, if they're not going to recognize my worth, fuck them. Fuck them, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'll do something else. Like, I'll just, you know. And I feel like whatever you went towards after that, it just never had the same fulfillment. See, look, slowing down. And then listen is in the reverse. Come on, y'all. Okay. Love you so much. I do. But we got to get the ball rolling on this thing. Okay. There's a particular path that you are meant to be on. Okay. There's a particular branding that Spirit is trying to place over you. There's a bit of impatience here, even though Temperance was in the upright. I feel like maybe you're feigning the idea that you've been patient, but it said that you quickly pulled out of this. You turned it off. You turned off your desire to have it. You turned off your beliefs, because that came out in the reverse. Come on, you guys, right? Like, so, and it's quite all right. Like, we're human. Okay, guys, it happens. You felt like this burnt you unnecessarily. You may feel like it's unfair. Like, what are you doing, universe? Like, I've obeyed you. I followed the directions. I've done the work. I got the licensing. I got the loan. I got this. I did it. I've done my due diligence. And this is how you repay me? This. And I don't feel like you had the patience, I'm sorry, right, to stick around to watch it unfold. You just pulled out of it. You just got out of there quick. I feel like that's going to change, you guys, okay? It's a slow moving energy. There's a slow brewing of the energy that's going to be necessary for this shift. I feel as though even those of you who try to resist this, it's divine timing. This is fated, guys. We all have multiple gifts, guys. Okay. And sometimes each person's gift, you might not quite understand, like, how did I get this? How did I get here? Right? Like, you know, especially if it's extremely unique, which it normally is for an Aquarian, guys. Okay. Take my word for it, right? I'm an Aquarius too. But I feel like going against the grain, going against this desire to want to dwell on what should have been, what could have been, what would have been if people did the right thing is counterproductive. And we still have this gift here just kind of lying dormant. So let's pull just a little bit of tarot before we go over to the extended. In the extended, I definitely want to get you some guidance, okay? I want to know how they suggest you remove these blockages, of course. Like, what is the game plan? And then, should you successfully accomplish learning those lessons and removing said blockages, then what? Right? Like, what do I get for this? There is beauty for your ashes, you guys, but you just left. You shut the door. You put cement over that damn door. You said, I'm never doing this again, baby. Fuck it. And you never looked at it again. It may almost, well, for some of you, it makes you sad if you think about it. For some of you, you don't even think about it anymore. You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. You kind of know, but you don't. Like, and okay, so what they're saying is for those of you who are still like, this feels like my energy, but I don't know, like, then I feel like somebody is going to bring it up to you, okay? Somebody close, somebody that you trust, okay? It will be revealed to you. So, yeah, see, Two of Swords is in the reverse, and I feel like that'll be all she wrote. Five of Wands is in the reverse as well. I feel like this is something that you're no longer going to fight against, because it's going to feel extremely effortless when you do start to work your magic. For some of you, it is literal magic, meaning you are a light worker or you have a gift rooted in light work and spirituality. It's not a hobby, is what they're saying. Okay. Yeah. It's a very lucrative gift, in fact. And it's something that was either manifested this lifetime or a prior lifetime. And there is a very strong nudge that you will be feeling. It's going to be undeniable. We have the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, see? And I feel like there's a lot hidden, okay, in reference to the whole outcome of things. This is the risk that you feel you might be taking by trying to delve back into this and or figure out what this is. It feels uneasy. There may be some other risks that you have to take in order for things to really pop off, but it will, okay? With the Three of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to be extremely attractive to money, if that makes sense. With the Three of Pentacles right next to the King of Wands, which is the very, like, attracting sort of energy. It's a magneticism about you, about what you do. It is definitely very unique. It's also something that other people have tried to duplicate, but have never been able to, right? There's also a sense that you're doing it slightly different. This is an unknown way of doing this thing. Or it could just be new for your group, right? People that you hang around, your family. This is something that nobody has ever done before. But I feel like as soon as you take that first step in faith, because the Page of Swords does suggest that this is unknown, I feel like wish fulfillment is abreast for you, okay? I feel like that is the goal here for sure, but there's still free will, okay? And the Justice card is now in the upright. Didn't I say that? So I feel like the wheel is turning in your favor, but with the Wheel of Fortune, right? I'm getting Wheel of Fortune energy. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it is a karmic card, but you don't know which way it's turning, right? You have to like wait for the story to play out. And I feel like in the past, they got that wheel turning for you, but this obstacle or this missed opportunity or whatever this was that happened to you, and I'm so sorry it did, it made it appear as if the wheel was not turning in your favor, like a unlucky streak or some shit, but it wasn't. It was an optical illusion, almost like Mercury in retrograde type shit. It seemingly looks like it's going backwards, but it's really going forward, but real slow, so slow So slow that it appears to be going backwards, but it's not. It's going forward. So it's an optical illusion, if you will. You may feel like it was a trick, like you felt tricked, bamboozled, hoodwinked. This is the same energy, you guys. Please do not run. The wheel is turning in your favor. It is. But sometimes bad shit, okay? Well, let's not use the word bad, because there's no such thing as bad or good. Okay? When obstacles arise or difficult times arise, okay, lessons arise, however you want to name it, they have a purpose. It's not there for no reason, you see. And it wasn't a streak. The obstacle, the disappointment, the missed opportunity had to happen in order to put you in a position to see the star. Without the star, without the obstacle, you don't see it. You don't see the star. You see what I'm saying? Do you see? Do you see? And for some of you, and I was hearing this during my meditation as well, for some of you, it is tied into love. Now, we're not digging into love at all. This is just an intuitive download that I'm getting. And then we're going to move on. This is about your abundance, okay? Your financial and spiritual growth tied into one. But for some of you, I feel you may have had a monumental heartbreak with that justice in the reverse. And I feel like you threw all of your focus, all your time, all your energy, everything you had into a project. Okay? And grieving is what led you to recognize this gift because it felt good during a time that you felt bad, you see. For some of you, I feel like once you either felt like you were healed or you were back in balance, you may have put it down. Okay. So it's a lot of storylines. Take whichever one resonates with you. And you were no longer chasing, this sort of notion of getting out of grief, right? It's sort of like you were chasing normalcy. You were trying to chase, energy where you felt happy, or you tried to chase happiness, right? You tried to chase this notion that you were no longer under this love spell, if you will. You were chasing this by way of this gift or this thing in your mind that made you feel good, that made you feel happy, it made you feel whole, it made you recognize why the door is closed and why, right? You had to meet this frog. The fuck? Right? This bad experience. Yeah, the gift is your cornucopia. It's not meant for you to turn away from it. That connection was supposed to lead you towards this gift, and this gift is supposed to lead you towards the wealth, okay, the harvest. Wow. Abundance, good fortune, wealth, harvest. It says great blessings are waiting for you. Hello, somebody. It can come in from love. God damn it. Didn't I just say that? I love when they do that, but I also get freaked out. Just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I do. I be like, damn, y'all real good. Look, right? It can come in the form of, the way I read that is by way of love, right? But I feel like yours, for those of you who I was just talking about a moment ago, it was a love that was a great disappointment, and it led to you digging into some things that make you feel good. You had to replenish what was lost, okay? And that is how you discovered that you knew how to do this. It might surprise you and other people. And this is what's leading to the wealth, you guys, okay? Now, for those of you who resonate with the other part of the story that I mentioned about, and you walked away from this shit abruptly, you just closed the door like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is taking too long to jump off. It's taking too long to pop off. It's taking too many of my resources. Like, when is it going to happen for me? This bitch don't even do this better than me. He don't even do that better than me, dog. Like, bruh. When is it? So when do I get compensated for this? You know what? Let me just go get a job for real. Like, or let me just go and do something that I know is guaranteed. And that was never the way for you, beloved. It wasn't. Okay? Yeah, the optical illusion finessed you, because good fortune is what you were on the way to, which you still are, guys. Okay, this is all still fated. They're telling me to pick this up as well. Okay, so Queen Fairy, right? Royalty, leadership, okay? Dignity is the word that they're pointing out. I feel like your value is priceless, you guys, okay? And your potential also limitless, but that is something that you would have to believe in order for the law of attraction to partner with you and get the energy flowing. It's all about energetics. It's all about energy, frequency, vibrations, etc., etc. And if any of that is unaligned or in disalignment, rather, then the magician doesn't work. It's broken, okay? It's not charged. It's not there. It's not even working no more. It's counterproductive for manifestations, you guys, okay? So I feel like there's also this need for you to say fuck what everybody else thinks. Right? Because I feel like for some of you, you may have walked away from this because it was non-traditional. Or people made fun of it, or you thought they would, or family members didn't approve, etc., yada, yada, yada. The only person whose opinion matters in your life is yours. I mean, that's the one that really matters. Everybody else's opinion, I mean, you can take with a grain of salt, and you can take what resonates with you and leave the rest, you see. So yours is the most important. And I don't know if you allow people to influence you to not believe in this anymore, and not believe in yourself, and or reinforce some of the insecurity or some of the resentment that you had towards past failures or missed opportunities. But we have to regulate this, because I feel energetically like big shit is popping, okay? Or it will be. Now they are pointing out this star card again, okay? Which is a signifier for fame. And I'm not saying that you're trying to be famous, but what I'm saying is whatever this is that you do, a lot of people don't do it, and definitely not to the level that you're doing it, okay? It's very unique. It's very different. It's also, for some of you, something that the world actually needs. It needs to be seen. It needs to be mass produced, right? Like it's that guy. It's that girl. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's chef's kiss. So it's a total lie to not believe in it anymore. Okay, so let's go on over to the extended, guys, okay? I want to see what Spirit suggests you do specifically to remove these blockages, to get this momentum moving again. What does your stance need to be, right? I also want to see if there are any additional blockages, right, that might be slowing down this momentum in the near future, just so that we don't have any stone left unturned. It's a huge financial, like, just downpour is what they say. And it ain't raining, it's just downpouring, okay? But I feel as though if you follow the guidance of what they're telling you, it doesn't seem as though you're going towards money. This is like you're going towards something that just makes you feel good, and then the money starts falling out of, like, it's just that's energetically how it works, guys. The money is gonna come. They're needing to get you into this because this is what you're meant to do. Hello. This is your path. This is your purpose. So the money will come. It will be ever flowing, overflowing. Hello. So we will double check that. I also want to know if there are any warnings from the divine as you are moving forward that could also potentially threaten the pace of things. Okay. Also, if there are any people who you need to be on the lookout from as you are making this transition, and it is a transition. Okay. This is a transformation for sure your life is going to look very different a year from now if you do this. And then I want to see what are the specific opportunities heading your way should you be able to garner and remove these blockages, okay, and learn these lessons that you might be unaware of. Also, like specific careers and or avenues of revenue that you might be overlooking as well that they want to bring to your attention. And then we'll get the advice, okay? But before we get the advice, real quick, I want to know what changes does the divine suggest you make or begin to make right now in order for there to be an instant and immediate change, and also a sign or synchronicity from the divine in reference to your right path, right? You being on the right path. This is the sign that they're going to give you to ensure that you are going the right way. And then we'll get your advice, okay? This is what Spirit suggests you lean into energetically the most once these blockages are out of the way. And this is what's going to materialize these manifestations, this abundance, okay, this growth in the least amount of time, okay? So without further ado, please click that like button as well as the subscribe button, okay? I'm going to put the link for the extended down below in the description box, and I'm going to see y'all over there.